Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode where we'll be talking about the track Lately. In the previous track, we were talking about how Inside and Lately both address the same phase of grief, which is depression. However, I placed Lately after Inside because I wanted to kind of show this natural progression from track 1 to track 8. And how I actually was going through certain situations of grief, and this was kind of like my natural process. Like I mentioned some episodes before, everyone deals with emotional experiences differently. And I think I really wanted to show that as well. For me, the reality of the situation hit me before the reality of myself. Seeing what the situation was and how it affected me was the only way I could see how to grow from that. Lately, if you wanted to put a timestamp on where it is in the project to get from track 1 to track 7, this is kind of like just as we get to the end of the stage of acceptance. But this is more like the self-reflection that one might need before they find the control and the strength again to continue with life. For me, with this self-reflection comes a lot of negative thoughts and a negative emotion. I'm telling myself that I'm always going to be alone because I always find myself to be in those situations and I haven't learned my lesson or anything like that. And that's why I say I've been down and out. I need this person in my life. And yeah, I'm always alone. I feel like comparing myself to this other person that may be involved in an emotional experience kind of also really provides some kind of explanation as to how some people might be dealing with situations. Some people go through the process quicker and some people take their time. For me, I take quite some time to be able to unpack everything and break it down and find a way to help myself and to build on myself and to grow and to accept and move on. Like that takes a long time for me. I get really self-critical, and that's something I've had to learn to accept about myself. It's just how I feel about people, how I feel about relationships, friendships, everything. Like I put a lot in to those kinds of things as well. And so lately I'm comparing my pace of dealing with grief with somebody else's, and I see that they're doing completely fine and everything, feeling better that I'm out of their life. Now, I might not be, but because I'm struggling with dealing with my side of the situation, that I'm struggling to accept myself and then accept everything that's happened and be able to grow and move on. I see that something like someone else being able to move on as something negative towards myself. Like, oh, they've managed to recover so well, but why can't that be the same for me? What's wrong with me? And I think that's something that I've learned now more than anything. Like, even though people might be dealing with grief at a certain pace, it doesn't reflect on how you deal with your emotions. If you need time, you need time. And that's how I learned that if something did happen to me, like I lost somebody or my heart was broken or anything like that, I do need the time to process it, and I need the time to find that strength within myself again. And now that I'm back in Australia and doing what I love back at home with my family, I feel like I am at that place now where I rebuilt myself and accepted myself and loved myself. And that leads to the final track of the EP, Goldmine. And this is the victory speech. As this next episode is the final episode, this deals with the final stage of grief, which is acceptance. So I look forward to seeing you there. Have a great day, guys, and thank you for watching.